Welcome back. We're here. We're in high praises. We're feeling good. We are the number 17 in the nation. Today, talking to you on this Tuesday. After an impressive game on Saturday. Now, it's not crisp yet. It's not crisp, but oh man, they are clicking. The Trojans are rolling. They are doing what they have to do, and they are meeting every standard as of today. I just want to welcome you guys. That was like a little teaser. I want to welcome you guys to the Bet Online USC Salute the Trojan Show presented by LAFB. My man Phil's here. It's your boy Al Rowe, and we are giddy. We're just giddy right now.
Absolutely, I am. I mean, how could you not be? For the second week in a row, this Trojan offense has just been spectacular. I mean, I'm not going to say that they're doing things that have never been done before because in college football, I'm sure it has been. But this is 2 weeks straight. And now this is against Stanford, a Pac-12 conference opponent, not just some random nobodies at Rice. But 2 weeks in a row, they have scored touchdowns on 6 consecutive drives to open the game, in making it truly a race to 40.
Yeah, but it is a race to 40, 100%. But the question is, can anybody ever cap right now? Here's my question on the race to 40, and everybody is saying that, oh, the first to 50. Well, can you catch us to 50? You know what I mean? Like, I don't think I think they just deplete you so fast. And this is only 2 games. So we have to understand like this isn't who they are. This isn't their MO. Off of the 2 games, they get after you so fast, and they get after you just frequently in a little bit of plays that they just kill your ego. You know what I mean? So before you know it, you're down 21-7, and then you're punting again. Next thing you know, you're down 28-7. You know what I mean? It's like, all right, we just scored 14. Well, guess what? You got to give Caleb Williams, and you got to give Mario Williams, and you got to give Travis Dye, and you got to give Jordan Addison the ball back. And when you do that, there's a high possibility of the ball being scored. I will say this, and I know we mentioned this before. Travis Dye is becoming a key part to the Trojans offense. I will say that, like the Trojans
on this program, I have been critical of these young men, and these young men have come out and performed. And Travis Dye was somebody who has earned my respect. So this defense has earned my respect. I'm not fully ready to let Alex off the hook yet, but he's getting there.
I have a lot of questions defensively. I will say this. When they need to make a stop, they make a stop. They needed to make a stop at the end of the game, and they made a stop. They are becoming a bend but don't break defense. I mean, it's okay. When we played, we were just a dominant defense. So it was no near here nor there. Like, it is what it is. But if they're gonna be a bend but don't break defense, that's fine. And they gave up majority of the points. They scored 7 in the first half, and then they got the rest of them in the second half. And I will say this: Stanford might have seemed like they were making a comeback, but they were not making a comeback. SC had the game under control, and so those points that they're scoring and they were making an effort. It's all right. I get it. They're playing a rival game on the road in the Pac-12. You know what I mean? And those kids are like the coach I used to coach with used to always say, they're on scholarship too. So don't take away their scholarship. You know what I mean?
Man, they was getting whistled
Definitely.
They was getting whistled I'll say
it. There, say that one more time.
They was getting whistle whipped.
Yeah. I mean, it seemed like and I think at one point they were like averaging 80 yards a drive.
Yeah, long drives.
Yeah,
Kill it.
and the defense did what they had to do, and they're here's what I can say about the defense: they find a way to turn the ball over. They find a way to turn the ball over, and that's one thing I am so happy that they're able to do. Like, they're getting the ball back. They are plus, correct me if I'm wrong, +8.
+8.
+8
Highest turnover margin in the nation. Most turnovers in the nation.
+8 turnover. I will say this: if they stay in the positive, the season will end on a positive note. If they get into the negative, the season will end on a negative note. I will argue that. I will take that to my grave. If anybody feels different, show me a different stat. Show me a stat that supports that if you're in the negative turnover margin, that you have a positive season. And I don't want an anomaly like, oh, well, Vince Young's year or some Heisman Trophy winner. Show me a regular team in a negative turnover margin to have a positive season. I guarantee you can't.
The Raiders in 2021.
The Raiders, and they did not have a positive season. I don't care what you say.
To the playoffs.
Hey, playoffs is just one more game.
Hey, every 6 teams make it. 16 teams make it. 16 don't.
I'm all about at the NFL level. I'll come talk on your Raiders show. I'll break down pros. Hey, at the NFL level, it's about one goal, not making the playoffs. It's about earning the ring. So
ring.
I don't know. You know what I mean? We have film again today. That is our forte. That's what makes us better than everybody else. I agree. Before we get into film, I want to let you guys know that BetOnline is the fastest and easiest way to wager on all your favorite sports, contests, and events with first-to-market odds and lines. Find reviews and news for every league, including Major League Baseball, NFL, NBA, NHL, combat sports, esports, and even golf. BetOnline continues to be the top online resource for all your sports information, from in-live game betting, props, and futures. Head to BetOnline today or use your mobile device to join today and make your first sports bet. Use promo code BELIEVE50 to receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. BetOnline, where the game starts. That's BELEAVBELEAV. All right, so let's jump into it. We got it. We got the film. We got
my favorite person of the show.
I will say this. I will say that I'm not impressed by the defensive play, but I'm not disappointed by the defensive play. There are a lot of things. I, for one, am not a fan of a 5-man box. Only time I should have a 5-man box is if I'm in an empty set. So,
Yes.
First play of the game. There is 5 linemen, a tight end. That's 6. SC has 4 defensive linemen, a linebacker, a safety down the box. They have enough, right? They got 7 people, and Stanford has 6. Should be copacetic, no problem, right? And we jump into the first play of the game. Because this first drive was kind of interesting to me. I kind of want to break down the first drive. Boom. Now, David Shaw is the Stanford coach. David Shaw, in my opinion, is a very good coach. David Shaw has been a very good coach for a long time. He's coached, Andrew Luck. He's been around, for a long time. He's been around for Stanford glory days. He understands what he has to do, and that's what makes him a great coach. Now, when you do this and you completely freeze, I want to say this right here, this play right here might have changed college football. And don't be surprised if you see this for the rest of the season.
Not at all. This was great. When looking at it, I was like, what are they doing? It was a style of offense that I'd never seen before personally. And I was like, wait a minute, hold up. What exactly is going on here?
Now, when you look at it like that, right, let's go back to the top. Not only that, the route combination behind it, right, and he's holding it It's not like he's holding it, and then the route combination are not anything deep.
Ooh, I didn't see that. That was tricky.
What did you not see?
So I saw the receiver sit down on the hook, but I didn't see him turn to the outside and take off upfield. Because if that corner right there in front of him takes one more step, there's going to be nobody over there.
Yeah, because they don't have a safety up top.
No, he's in a. I don't know what he's doing. He's over there in no man. Yeah, see, he
Just
missed opportunity.
Yeah, but the hold, right?
That.
Yeah. So back to my point, the hold. Look, the hold. Look at number 4. Look at 18. Look at Shane Lee, 53. Right. So if you look at Shane Lee, 453. I need to learn these kids' names if we're gonna have an SC show. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah, I know. Me too. We'll keep it going.
But look at them, right? They're held, right? 4 is the safety. He's the safety. He should at least be dropping back into coverage, right? All 3 of them should be dropping back in coverage, but that hold for that long holds them, right? Is a run, is a pass, is a run, is a pass, is a run, is a pass, right? That's all they're thinking. And then, oh shit, it's a pass. You know what I mean?
Ooh, that's a bad decision. I mean, he converted to pass, but that was a bad decision, especially you got to be watching the safety. If the safety is going to bite that hard, you got to know that you have that vacated space. In our particular, for this purpose of this discussion, it worked out well for us.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, so I will say in the first half, Alex Grinch is better. So we have 5-6. We have 4, 5, 6. There's a hat for a hat. I'm not happy with it. I'm always a fan of one more. But the problem is, if I was calling defense, I will have 4 D linemen, and I will have 2 linebackers, and I will have a strong safety right here where Shane Lee is on the line of scrimmage, which still gives me 2 linebackers, and I still have enough. Right? I'm not a fan of the 3-down look, never been, but it gives me enough. I have 7 on your 6, which I want. But when we get into it, this drive, and we were talking the whole time during this drive, we're like, now it's quick, but it's a handoff. Boom. I'll take that. Good defense, right? They're like, all right, do what we do. Keep in mind, we broke down Colgate and Stanford. We broke down their week 1 game. And they didn't run anything like this.
No, I didn't see this at all. That's why it was so mind-boggling to me. It was like, ooh, this is new.
Correct. And I assume that Alex Grinch got ready for seeing old school Stanford, and then Stanford come out and they run something new. And you can't knock them. The number 2 team in the nation is coming to play. You need a little wrinkle, right? All right. So
it worked. It was effective early.
It was effective. All right, now we go empty, right? Now Stanford's going empty. They throw the ball, and we get an interception. Just like that. Here's the deal, and this is the news alert to the whole nation. I want you guys to listen. If you tip the ball, SC's going to pick it. If you put the ball on the ground, SC's going to recover the fumble. The ball is bouncing their way right now. Let's knock on wood. Let's keep it going. We get a tip. We get a pick. I don't think we get a score off of it.
No.
But we get good field position. There we go. Right? So, I mean, here's the problem with doing new stuff against people that's better than you. Right? You're trying to run a spread set, and you're not a spread team. Even though, like, your kids may get it, you're not a spread team, and that's not who you are, and your quarterback is not good enough to do that. So now you got a receiver that's wide open. Look at the tight end at the bottom of the screen that's in the slot, wide open, and you overthrow him, right? That's just not who you are. That's too big of a route for him. Now you give the ball back to SC, and now the ball's on the 32?
Yeah, 34, 32, something like that, in field goal range.
But there's no field goal range in this situation. Caleb Williams and Addison and Dyer getting the ball.
I'm just saying that when they got the ball, it was in field goal range.
I hear what you're saying, but we think big now. We seen these guys.
Yeah, I mean, if it's at the beginning of the game, they scoring all the way to halftime. Actually, it's funny that we say halftime because the half was the only reason why the Trojans didn't score on 7 consecutive drives.
Right. So now we get this.
This one was a big one.
So now Stanford's like, look, we know what works. We're not going to be able to pass the ball in empty because we just don't do that. And we turned the ball over, so that was not a good idea. But, hey, when we held the ball for 30 seconds and just froze the defense, that worked. So that's what they decided to do, right? So they get it. Hold. Now, if you look at the top of the screen, you got 2 corners playing man. You got a safety in the middle of the field. And he's in his right read. And in all actuality, he's right. He needs to know if it's run or pass because he's an outside fitter. So anything that goes to the top of the screen, I mean, between the end of the line of scrimmage and those hashes, is that safety at the top of the screen's job. Right? He's perfect. The safety at the bottom of the screen between the number and the hashes, he's perfect. He has to read run or he has to read pass. Right? So they hold him. They're being held. Oh, it's a run. And Emmitt Smith gets out, right? So I will tell you this. Emmitt Smith at times run like his dad, but he can't hold the ball.
Can't hang on to the football.
Right?
I want to see this.
Here we go. And I'm going to pause it.
Get back in that overlook.
Yeah, so they hold, right? They're holding in. Shane Lee and 18 are in a bind because, they're like, is this a run? But if you look at Emmitt Smith, he's in front of the quarterback.
Yeah, right behind the center.
Look at 4. 4 is right there. Eyes are right. He's like, all right, is this run or pass? Right? And this is just a great scheme. I'm not going to knock the scheme. And it puts them in a bind, right? But they're able to overcome adversity. He's able to bounce, miss tackle. It's fine. Running the ball, he runs out of bounds. It's cool. The next drive. This is the drive I wanted to watch right here. I thought it was the first drive.
Yeah, no, they did this. They did it a lot in this, and I mean, and they really held. It was incredible how long they were able to stand back there and do that.
Correct. So now they run power read here. I don't think it's PI. They might have called it. Let's see. It was. That's fine. They get PI. We go to the next play.
Same over to the other side. They rotated this time.
We got a false start. Got a little nervous.
Shift. Good.
They were coming to get him there.
Yeah, that would have been Thule's first sack, wouldn't it?
Yeah. In fact, Thule got Defensive Player of the Week for the conference. So props to Tua. Here we go. We got a little trickery going on now.
Trickery? That was yes. That's right.
I think they came back under. I remember this play because this is the drive I wanted to see.
No, that's the one he spiked into the ground. Yeah, let's get the end zone view of the other one, of this one.
Here it is right here. Was it just fly? Oh, he just handed it off. All right.
Yeah, he just handed it off and rolled out. And we'll say that Tremaine was a force in this particular game, and I admired his game.
And that's the receiver, right? That was the receiver.
Receiver tight end, 81.
Yeah. So this is what I don't like.
Oh, so it was a QB counter read type thing, and he let it. Yeah, no, that's the right read.
But look, at 57, you see 57 for Stanford. He won. All these linemen won. These are all wins for Stanford on the line, right? And when you get all wins, you're gonna get reach tackles, and then you're gonna get a pop. Let's see. Boom, reach tackle, and there's a pop. Get them down. There you go. All right, get them down. Let's go fight the next play.
Yes, sir. Ooh.
So
Edge.
there's no
Edge.
there's no edge.
Mm-mm. But that is your linebacker. Oh, that's because he left.
Correct.
That's your
Drop in the middle.
What is he doing?
There's
So
no
the
edge. You see
So
it?
he left the contain in the middle, and the safety corner was the guy that was that's the corner.
That's the corner that's playing the edge, and that's what they were doing a lot in the second half, which
They
is
need they need to not do that.
And there's that play again. They held it onto it. Boom. They were able to stop it this time though. This one's better to see from the end zone, and we'll pause it too. Boom. The hold. This time, the freeze like, man, I'm getting to the middle of the field. If they throw it, they throw it. You know what I mean? At least I want to be here for the pass, right? The backers are in place. The Heat 73 can't go upfield though because it may be illegal, so he has to stop right there. So there's a lot of that's a player on a player. I think they get 5 yards on this. He finds the bounce. He's able to go.
That's it. Oh, I wish you had slow motion.
There's a cutback. So somebody got beaten. It was a cutback. That was a good job by Shane Lee there. All right, here we go. Same formation, nothing changes. Hold. There it is again. Let's get it from the end zone. Who got beat? That's what we need to figure out. Well, here's the problem. You remember what I said about Stanford playing in a 2-eye?
Mm-hmm.
You got to put a guy. You got to put your guy. So the 2-eye is on my left side over 73. You got to put that guy over the center and just time him down to 6. I don't understand the whole wide 9 thing. All right.
I don't think this is a wide 9. I think this is a 3-3-5.
Let's see.
Because I've noticed that the last guy on the end number is usually standing up and is doing something interesting, to say the least. Because you got 3 down there. That looks like a backer who's keyed off on the running back right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy at top's got the tight end. The middle guy, Mike's got hook to curl.
But see, it's still, even if you're okay, I get what you're saying, right? But all right, so you're running an over out of a 3-3-5. The problem is you have no edge.
None.
And you have nobody between 75 and 73. Who's playing that? Right? You're putting a bind on Shane Lee. You want him to play the A gap to the 3 tech side, which is to the side of number 2. And you want him to play the B. Who's playing the B gap to 75 and 73? There's a lot of unsound things here. You know what I mean? That pops up.
Yeah, he's 2 gapping on that side. Not what I would have him do against potentially 3 guys, but hey, especially when you're back to dropping.
So they're thinking pass. They have them saying, "Hey, man, that's pass," because they beat him on pass and they give it, and he gets yards. I mean, it's a tough play. It's not his fault. You can't blame anybody. That's a tough play, dude. I don't know if I'm in that situation. You might get me a couple of times too. We get a pass and we get a sack. Boom. There we go. Oh, they ran a little game there. You see it?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't press play. Oops, sorry. Oh, dang it. I wanted that too far.
It's all right. It's all right. We'll get it. We'll get it the next play. Here we go now. Here we go. Line up. Here we go. Run it again.
Mike, you can take this out.
Now I will say that when it comes in terms of vision, this guy that they have running is not EJ,
No.
not close.
Oh, that was an excellent job.
Man, I don't know
That's
why he stood there and didn't take off, but I'm glad that he didn't again.
But watch 51. All he does is find daylight on his game. Boom. Hold close. All right, I'll go find the next one. Find daylight. Sack. That's big time. There you go. Make it work. All right, let's go to. I want to go to. Oh, you know what? He got the pick on this drive.
Yeah, right in the end zone.
Yeah.
And that was a phenomenal play by Mekhi Blackman and tipping and being that bigger receiver too, jumping up, tapping the ball, and then batting it to himself. Almost would have scored if that last tackler hadn't come and cut his legs off.
Yeah, the quarterback.
Yeah, that's who I thought it was. He made a great tackle because if he'd have left him any room to cut back, it was 6 the other way.
He would have another pick 6.
Yeah.
I believe this is it right here.
Yeah, right here, yeah. Oh, nope.
Nope. This is incomplete. They called this pass incomplete.
Yeah, because his heel was on the line or toe.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
It was a good effort. It was definitely a good effort, and I mean that was fortunate for the USC Trojans.
Yep, because that would have changed the game. So then they go back to the pass game, throw it out the back of the end zone. Which I don't understand why Stanford will go to empty and pass the ball here. Like you have a play that's working. Why not go to that delayed read that delayed read option that you're running? You know what I mean?
I don't know why you stopped running it, and you got to at some point your coaches got to tell his quarterback, listen, freeze him for as long as you can. If you can hold it for 3 to 4 seconds, turn and throw it to the left and throw it deep. Nobody will be there. We've run it enough times to where they're all selling out.
Yeah, and so they did that, and I mean, turnover number 2, just like that. 2 drives, 2 turnovers. You know what I mean? Now this is huge though. 4th and I might be off one play. This is when he throws out the back of the end zone. Boom. Throws that one out the back of the end zone. Now I could get excited. That number 4, Mekhi Blackman's a little ball hawk though. If that thing is tipping around, he's going to get it.
Yes, sir.
So he had 2 picks. He had 2 picks on Saturday. Right? Didn't he get the first one?
I think so. Oh, I'll have to check. Let me check this.
Yeah, but let's check this out though. 4th and 2, ball on the 2. Big stop here. This changes everything. This switches the whole momentum of the game. You just had a close touchdown. Got a hold. Boom. Tip the ball. Ball's in the air.
Ugh. I was hoping that it was going to go down and he was going to take it to the house.
There you go. There you go.
It was Williams and Blackman.
Williams and Blackman. So overall, defensively,
Matt Williams is number 4. Mekhi is number 6.
Overall, defensively, I'm not ready to write home about it yet, but I'm not disappointed in it. You know what I mean? They're not what they are a year ago. I'm gonna keep harping on this, and they're not letting games become close. They're giving up touchdowns. Other teams on scholarships too, but in a way, they needed a stop on Saturday, and they got the stop on Saturday, right? Like, yeah. I want to that in fact is a big series, so we should actually go through
that. And the one thing that I'll say in watching this for a couple weeks now is that, like you said, we're used to seeing a dominant defense coming from USC, and they're not a dominant defense. But what they are is very opportunistic, quick, incredibly quick to the ball. And if you're not taking care of the football, they will.
Mm-hmm.
And that makes up for their shortcomings.
100%, because a turnover creates another opportunity for the offense.
I truly believe that's the formation that they're running, because I've seen it enough times for this to actually be their base, and I hope that he's got something else. But it's working. They're getting turnovers, so again, got to roll with it, right?
Yeah, I mean,
even if he's giving up 200 yards on the ground.
Right. I mean, I'm with you on that one. That's the part that bothers me. But I want to go to this. This right here is probably the biggest play. We might miss it by one. So these might be the next two biggest plays. They need to stop here, right? At this point, it's 41-28, right? And Stanford tried onside kick. SC punted, but this at this point, SC on defense has to make a stop, or Stanford has the ability to make it a game here, right? So, you see the engines are on. They cause oh boy to flesh and then get a sack, right? Tutupo gets a sack. This is what we need out of him consistently, though. Go get it. Go be a dog and go make that happen, right? That's how you get better. That's how you become recognized. All right, so we can watch the next three. So 3rd and 16 here now. You know they're passing, right? Hair's on fire. They run a draw. They get, 5? Which is fine. They're trying to make it 4th and manageable. And they're in a pass prevent.
Block. Who was that? The tight end that came around and missed his block?
Yeah, you saw that?
Yeah. He should have got that.
But this is huge right here, though, right? This is 4th down. You absolutely need a stop, right? And the best way to get a stop is to get a sack.
Yes, sir.
So you get a stop, you get a sack. That's what you got to do. Bam. That's how you end the game on defense, right? The defense ended the game, and that's what you needed from them, and that's how you win championships, right? Even if you don't win a championship, that's how you win a Rose Bowl.
You win the Pac-12 championships, because offense fills seats, but defense wins championships.
Yeah, you're right. At the very least, you win a Pac-12 championship. You get to go play in the Rose Bowl, and now you're building on for the next season, in my opinion, right?
Absolutely, and like I said, with winning cures everything.
It does.
Winning helps out your recruiting class. Winning makes you feel better. It makes the scheme look better, makes your coaches look smarter. Winning is the ultimate equalizer, and the Trojans are posed to do a lot of it. Defense is rounding into play. The one plus that I can say is that whenever they need to move to a goal line situation or a short yardage situation, Grinch is able to adapt the scheme to properly put personnel in place to shut the run down in short yardage situations.
I will say this, he does become a little bit more sound also when he plays when he's down the goal line, when he could stuff it a little bit more. When he's able to load the box, it does become a little bit more sound. I will say that. And that's why I think he has more success down there. I will say this. I do think that the 7 ranking is a little advanced. And I will say it as this. We know Caleb Williams and Dye, and this is where their experience comes in. We know Williams and Dye, both Williams, Mario Williams, and Dye, their experience in being the best in the nation. But there are people there who aren't used to being best in the nation. But winning, you have to learn how to win. So now they're at the point to where they have to learn how to win, right? So that scares me a little bit. Hopefully they're like, all right, we're moving up. We're becoming that good. But you got to remember, this is still week 2. Like Bruce Arians always says, you haven't accomplished shit until you win a Super Bowl, right?
Right. Not a damn thing.
Yeah. So
I'll say this, though. I'll say this. Stanford was supposed to be a test. And if Stanford was supposed to be a test, they passed. Now the defensive line didn't quite, and I'm not even going to put it on the defensive line because a lot of this looked like schematic issues and having something brand new, having to come up with a solution for something you've never seen before on the fly. Because looking at what Stanford did, I was like, "Is this a delayed RPO?" I was like, "How are they doing this?" And nobody's illegal man downfield, nothing. Because we can say that they're doing something new with the as easily as they were able to navigate without penalties. It's definitely something that they've been practicing and keeping under wraps, probably for this game.
No, 100%, and that's why I said like they might have started something new. They might have started the new revolution of the RPO, and it's not bad. It's not a bad idea. I don't have anything against it. I just me as a defensive person, I don't want to defend it. I should put it like that.
I'd like to see us use it, to be honest with you. I think that we could take that and turn that up 2-3 notches, and that could be something that's just amazing. And I know this is the Trojan podcast, but you got to start looking at Heisman resumes and what Caleb Williams is putting together. And for everything that he did today, or excuse not today, but against the Stanford Cardinal, it still didn't quite catch Bryce Young's play on the corner blitz against Texas with the game on the line.
Was it Bryce Young's play or was it a bad tackle by the corner?
I gotta go 50-50 on that one because I don't know how he had that man dead to rights.
And then he went down.
I don't think he touched him, which is why, and that's the only reason why I'm gonna let him off the hook for a bad tackle, is because I legitimately don't think he touched him. I think he just got sidestepped and ducked under, and it was just like, oh my God, he just did that.
Definitely. I mean, yeah, but like you said, that was the first road test. I think they passed. So far, they passed both of their tests. If I was to give them a grade from this weekend, I'll give them a 90%. I mean, it wasn't shocking, but it wasn't out of this world. I'll give them Rice. I'll give them 100% for Rice because they put 66 up. They did what they're supposed to do. This week, I'll give them about 90% because I mean they're impressing people, right? Yes. I will say this week, and we'll talk about it on Thursday. But I will say this week that they have their first trap game coming up, and a lot could happen, a lot could be seen. So, and this is starting to look like one of those weird years where anybody could beat anybody. So, we'll definitely see that. That was the Bet Online Trojan defense breakdown. We're doing the best we can with all the technology we have. So, what I'm going to do now, we're going to go over, and we've been talking about them kind of all day. And now it's time to watch them. We're going to dive into the offense. And what they're doing on offense, like you said, is just crazy, man. I don't even understand. I understand it. And this is what we expected from Lincoln Riley. And Lincoln Riley, and we talked about it, and what Lincoln Riley's doing is making he's not making people regret the decision made by the school. I would say that. And what's going on offensively, he went to the portal like he should have, and he dominated the portal. And at the end of the day, he is showing. I will say this: he needed to go on the portal for defense, but at the end of the day, he's showing that these transfers are worth it. And come to find out, Dye has another year if he wants to come back because he gets a COVID year. So, because this is his 5th year, and he was there for COVID. So if Dye wants to come back, he could come back, and they can make. I'll hold on real quick. This has to be edited out. So, offensive video is not uploading.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Well, I'll make it real simple for you, everybody. The offense is absolutely fucking amazing. So
Travis Dye.
Jordan Addison, and Mario Williams contributed for 246 yards, 3 touchdowns on 11 catches. They are swiftly becoming the best receiving tandem in the country, due in large part to the efforts of the offense and one Caleb Williams. The running back committee, and again, like I said, I was down. I wasn't high on these boys at the beginning of the season, but they're rounding in the form, and you were correct, Mr. Rowe, and I was wrong. And I'm liking what I'm seeing, and I'm liking what they all contribute individually to the effort.
I will tell you, this is one thing I did like, and I don't know if this is strategic to keep them happy, or if this is just how the cards are falling. But they threw Mario Williams a tunnel screen. He ran it in for a touchdown. The very next drive, Addison is running a post wide ass open, scoring a touchdown. Not only that, they throw Addison the tunnel screen. He runs it in for a touchdown. They're giving him the exact same plays, and that just speaks on how smart Lincoln Riley is, and how he's understanding this NIL thing, and he's understanding this transfer portal thing. Look, if you're not playing, right, you either wait your time or you go get in the portal. But I got 2 dudes that you can't beat out. You know what I mean? The thing that really impressed me too is like Brandon Rice went up top.
I think they jobbed him on that PI call too. To be honest with you, it wasn't much of a push to me.
Yeah, but Brandon Rice went up top. So there's things that he's doing. Like, I mean, they're running the ball, the touchdown. And I'm sorry we don't have the film, technical difficulties. We won't have that. I promise you we won't have that issue next week, because there's a run that I wanted you to see by Travis Dye. That's just amazing.
Oh.
The hole was this big, and it's just amazing. And it's unfortunate we don't get to share that with you, but things happen. But guess what? We're Trojans, and we keep rolling, right? So that's but neither here nor there. Number 1 passer in the conference is now Caleb Williams, right? Addison and Mario Williams, they're just outstanding. The kid that sticks out to me, and I keep forgetting his name. Help me out, Phil. Number 6.
Mekhi
Blackman, the backup running back. He's going to have a game one day that is going to help the Trojans win. Put it down, mark my word. He's going to have one of those games where he's just going to keep getting fed.
No, I think you're talking about Austin Jones.
Austin Jones.
Yeah.
Austin Jones, the running back. Mekhi Blackman is a transfer from Colorado.
Yeah, and Jones is from Stanford.
Yeah. Austin Jones is going to have a day one day, and he might run for maybe $115 or something, but it's going to be a big $115, and it's going to be a great performance. Him and Dye together is a nice little combination that I could deal with, that I actually like. Because
they complement each other well.
Yeah, Austin Jones isn't really a bruiser, but he'll run you over, right? But he could get up and go because he runs fast. And if Riley and SC is willing to take a chance on him, he must have something to him, and there must be something on film that they like. That's why he's at SC now. You know what I mean? So so there's a reason, and he helps the offense. I was impressed again. I'm gonna say it again. I'm gonna keep saying it. I was impressed again. The only thing I did not like, and we have to be honest, the only thing I did not like, and they cannot do this, and they have to make sure they keep doing this, they took their foot off the gas. They got a little too comfortable and took their foot off the gas. They should have put up 60 again. Them being in the Pac-12, them being in the West Coast, believe it or not, Lee Corso actually said something on Saturday morning that made sense. He said Caleb Williams is the only West Coast Heisman candidate.
Yep.
He's the only one.
Only one. And yeah, because he'll have to feed Addison in order for Addison to get there.
Right.
Because I would say, yeah,
all eyes on him, right? You got to be a top performer. Your worst day still has to look like a better day than everybody else. You know what I mean? Like, and we're waiting for the day when he has to go down and win a game. Then that day's coming. They're not going to do this week in and week out, right? That day's coming. But they let their foot off the gas. You know what I mean? Like, they can't let their foot off the gas. They can't get comfortable because, like, somebody might, it's like boxing. You only need one, right? So I could walk into a ring and that person could be a better fighter than me. But if I catch him with that one punch, he could still get knocked out, right? It only takes one punch. Like, and so you can, their bad week still has to be better than everybody else's. But we're the only ones that should be able to know, like, this isn't their normal day. They're had an off week, which is fine and I could deal with. But they can't get used to taking their foot off the gas because everybody wants to beat the Trojans. Even when the Trojans are bad, everybody still wanted to beat them, right?
Yep.
So they can't take their foot off the gas. That's the only critique that I would have.
No, and that's one as well because the execution definitely got sloppy in the second half, offensively. And I get it when you're up by that much, or even for that matter, when you've run off 6 straight touchdowns and you're running the same plays with different players, that eventually the other team will catch up and catch on to what you're doing, especially when you continue to put more film out there. I'd like to see them utilize the tight ends a little bit more, but I'm sure that's somewhere in the wrinkle coming down the pipeline. The run defense is my thing, and I don't blame the players. The scheme is working in terms of generating turnovers and pass defense. So, I don't like it, but I got to take a step back and admit that it's working.
I don't know if I can say that it's working.
Leading the league in turnover, leading the nation in turnovers.
Yeah, but you said the run defense.
Well, no, the run defense isn't working at all.
Yeah, okay.
But shootout. But when your offense is scoring 6 straight times, and suddenly a team that punted twice is down 21, your defense is not really worried about the run game. And it's like we said, like I told you on Thursday, what I expected to happen. In order for USC to make this a blowout or a runaway game and win by multiple scores, they were going to have to get Stanford down big early and take them outside of what it is that they like to do.
And that's exactly what they did. Yeah. So the Trojans are still the Trojans. The Trojans are still rolling. As of now, we're not. This is one thing we're not going to do. We're not going to put the cart in front of the horse, right? So they're 2-0. They're number 7. They're leading in some statistical categories, and they're coming into a trap game. I think, you know what I mean? Because I put it like this: kids at Fresno are mad that they didn't go to SC. I don't care what you say. Like, they have that little chip on their shoulder. They want to prove that they should have been at SC. And Fresno's not as bad as you think they are. They only lost to Oregon State by 3. And Oregon State is pretty good. You know what I mean? They're not national championship contenders, but Oregon State, if you come in and you're not on your shit, they'll beat you. So They just lost to Oregon State by 3. So this is another trap week for them. They just have to be prepared. And if they put it like this, offensively, they can just have to keep doing what they're doing. Defensively, I mean, like you said, they just have to keep doing what they're doing. Right now, they have to keep doing what they're doing. Keep creating turnovers, right? And just be prepared for that adversity test because it's coming. This season's not going to go fairy tale. And if it does, I should say it like this. You can't expect the season to be a fairy tale season where they're beating everybody by 10-plus points, 20-plus points, and they're just rolling through, creating turnovers, and just roll right into a national championship. That's just unrealistic.
They're not going to beat Georgia like that. They're not going to beat Georgia or Bama like that. But I'm going to say that while initially I at the beginning of the season, I would be wholeheartedly in agreement with you. Looking at their schedule, they're not going to be tested till Utah. Nobody's good. I don't see I don't see very many defenses in this conference that are going to be able to slow this down.
Do they play Oregon State or Utah first?
Let's see. Let's look at the schedule. Just like they play Oregon State next week.
They play Oregon State next week. So
yeah,
there you go. Mm-hmm.
Then Arizona State. Then they got Washington State 2 weeks after that, and Utah.
Yep. So they got some. They get in the bulk. They get in the bulk of the course, I guess you could say. You know what I mean? They got some interesting tests coming up. I feel confident with the remaining of the season. You know what I mean? I'm not worried about the last game of the season. So
the way they look now, I kind of feel bad for the coach.
Yeah,
he's not gonna be there too many more losses past now.
Yeah, but I just let's just keep doing what they're doing. You know what I mean? This is USC Salute Detroit podcast brought to you by Bet Online. Give me your thoughts from this weekend. How you feel?
I expect this to be a good game. Like you said, Fresno State is no pushover. They are going to attack this defense, and this will be a challenge for the defense because you've seen a couple of teams whose passing games were lacking, and Fresno State's will not be. Their passing attack is very good.
That was great. I love it. Let's say that one for Thursday. I wanted your recap from this past weekend. I'm sorry.
My fault.
You're good. You're good.
Recap from this past weekend. B is for victory. Trojans roll 6 straight touchdowns. Mario Williams, Caleb Williams, Jordan Addison over the top. Said to run it. Travis Dye with the partner of the Red Seas. The line was solid. The offense is a machine. It's every bit as good as I thought it was going to be, and it's still continuing to get better.
My recap. And this is going to be, I think I'm going to have to continue recap. They got put to the test. They made the statement. I love the statement that they made. And come to think of it, when I'm really thinking of it right now, I'm just being honest with you. I don't think it's that bad offensively. It's not that bad defensively. No. Because they're moving up in the rankings and nobody's talking about it. Nobody's harping on it. Just let it roll. Yep. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. When SC needed, I will say this, and this is what I'm going to say about the defense. When they needed to make a stop in that fourth quarter, they made that stop. I don't care if it was against Stanford or whatever. They got put to the test. They needed to make a stop, and they made the stop. I was thoroughly impressed with that last drive by the defense. And what they did, they ended the game. They needed to finish the game, and they won the game. They went out and won the game. And I'm proud of them for that. I just hope that they keep rolling, and we're starting to see the culture change a little bit. Keep getting turnovers, keep creating opportunities, and we're going to be satisfied with this season.
One last thing to add to that. Tackling been much better.
Way better. You're right.
Much better.
Yep. Tackling's been way better. I will say this. I like to see the defensive line if they're on fire. I always like to say this. BetOnline is the fastest and easiest way to wager on all your favorite sports, contests, and events. We're first to market odds line. Find reviews and news for every league, including Major League Baseball, NFL, NBA, NHL, combat sports, esports, and even golf. BetOnline continues to be the top online resource for all your sports information, from live in-game betting, props, and futures. Head to BetOnline today, or use your mobile device to join today and make your first bet. Use promo code BELIEVE50 to receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. BetOnline, where the game starts. Phil, we had another great week. We're happy.
Sure.
We're happy. We're moving up in the rankings. We got guys winning awards. In fact, we'll run through some awards. I'm sorry about that. Our boy Tupu got defense lineman of the week.
Yes, sir.
Who else?
Caleb Williams, player of the week.
Caleb Williams got Pac-12 player of the week. And Jordan Addison was named Washington Metro College Player of the Week by DC Touchdown Club. So our guys are getting recognized nationally. They're putting big numbers up. They keep it rolling. We make it happen. Hey, it was another good one. Hey, once again, I'm sorry about the offensive film. I'll make sure I have it working next time. Always be prepared. But we got through it, though, right, Phil? We have some defensive film. Nobody else got SC defensive film, so we're making it happen.
There it is.
Definitely. Hey, man, it was a good one. You know how we go. Live free. Fight on. We'll see you guys Thursday. We'll be breaking down Fresno.